How much of an impact would there be on our safety if the speed limit on urban roads went down from 60 kilometers per hour to 50 kilometers per hour? What if we impose stricter penalties for drunk driving or reinforce safe driving measures in school zones? Here's a remarkable story about how Korea opted for slightly inconvenient traffic regulations as a way to become much safer. Since 2018, the Korean government has introduced a series of traffic safety measures to reduce the number of traffic accident deaths. What are some of them? First, stricter penalties for drunk drivers. The Yoon Chang-ho law, named after a victim who had been hit by a drunk driver in September 2018 and ultimately passed away after brain death, enforced stricter penalties for drunk driving resulting in deaths. There are also stricter standards in place for license suspension and revocation. And what did these measures result in? The number of drunk driving fatalities, which was 346 in 2018, fell by 14.7% in just 1 year. One measure that sparked a huge controversy in Korea was reinforcing stricter traffic safety rules in school zones. This act, named after a child victim of a 2019 car accident that occurred in a school zone, is often referred to as the Min-sik Law. This act mandated the installation of speed cameras, speed bumps, and traffic lights within school zones. There are stricter penalties for driver negligence, leading to children's deaths or injuries within school zones. This measure also contributed immensely to improving traffic safety in Korea. After this act was enforced, the number of traffic accidents in school zones fell by about 15%, from 567 in 2019 to 483 in 2020. The number of deaths, which was 6 in 2019, dropped to half in just a year. What we'd like to talk about now is how a slight slowdown can have a significant impact on traffic safety. We've confirmed that 70% of traffic accident fatalities occur on urban roads with lots of human traffic flow, many intersections, and tall buildings nearby blocking road view. We also took note of a study that found 90% of pedestrians hit by a car driving at 60 kilometers per hour would die, while 50% of pedestrians hit by a car driving at 50 kilometers per hour would survive the crash. This was the backdrop to the Safe Speed 50-30 policy, which limits vehicle speed to 50 kilometers per hour on main urban roads and 30 kilometers per hour on back streets and residential areas. This measure also led to remarkable results. During the first 100 days after its implementation last year, there were 139 pedestrian fatalities, a 16.7% decrease compared to that of the same period in the previous year. Wouldn't people have found the speed limit inconvenient? After the implementation, the average car speed on urban roads dropped by a mere 1 kilometer per hour, from 33.1 kilometers per hour to 32.1 kilometers per hour. Safe Speed 50-30 has proven that the slight inconvenience of going 1 kilometer per hour slower can lead to a much safer road traffic environment. Here are some of the other traffic safety measures that the Republic of Korea has recently enforced. Seatbelt use in all seats, previously only mandatory on highways, is now mandatory on all roads in Korea. As part of an effort to reduce senior driver accidents, the renewal cycle for driver aptitude tests has been shortened, and traffic safety training has become more intensive. Public transportation safety measures, such as putting a limit on statutory standard working hours for bus drivers, as well as Korea's consistent efforts for safer road traffic, have led to tangible results. The number of deaths from traffic accidents fell from 13,429 in 1991 to 3,081 in 2020, decreasing by more than 10,000 in 30 years. In the next episode, we'll introduce the future tasks that Korea is laying out in preparation for traffic safety.